professional advice, and there's opinions involved. And
Oh,
if anyone's listening to what I'm about to info dump about, talk to your doctor.
Okay, wait. Can I ask you a question before you info dump?
Yeah.
You see how when I'm running around here, I leave a little trail of dust behind me?
Yeah.
You know how that's kind of a cartoon trope?
Yeah.
It's not kind of realistic, you could say.
Yeah.
Do you think if people in real life, no matter where they moved, left a little trail of dust behind them, do you think we would see a reduction in crime globally?
Why do I hang out with you?
That's not where you thought I was going with that. Oh.
No, I knew. I could tell from your tone. This is not. This. Yeah. Okay.
The question still stands,
Probably.
But what do you want to tell me? Tell me.
Probably. I don't know. Like, I think just the nature of crime would change to answer your question more specifically. Anyway, I've gotten distracted. I need to. No. Okay, I'm not going any further down this rabbit hole right now. Okay. So I need to get this info dump out of my brain. Let's also load the level too.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Let's load the level, gets it up, and then I'm gonna. Holy, yeah, okay, I remember.
Welcome to Brownie.
Oh yeah, so we got an additional grabber, right?
Oh my lord.
What am I doing?
I've renamed the restaurant.
Brownie Town. I like Brownie Town. Yeah, so my idea with the grabber is actually I kind of want a corner grabber, hey.
Alright, talk me through it. Get it out of the head.
I need to move some shit around.
Alright, so do you want to do it like this? Come down here.
Yeah, I do.
So if I do hold ping to use. Oh,
you're the crane. I see.
Can I pick up you?
Well, because we have another grabber, right? We can have the grabber emptying these, right?
Emptying these to these, though, you mean?
Well, we're gonna have to move them, obviously.
Yes. So that's fine, but that takes a lot of grabbers.
Well, no. I'm saying if we upgrade it again and we get a corner grabber, we can just replace one of these portioners.
I don't know what a corner grabber is, but okay.
It goes around a corner.
Yeah.
Okay, trust me. We'll just trust me this other day again. We'll just other day again. Tomorrow we'll deal with it. Also we need to afford the teleporter. Okay.
Which we're close to.
Yeah. Are we good to
go? Yeah. Give me just one moment to just process all the bits. Okay, I think we're good.
Okay. All right. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I've ended up accidentally on borderline personality disorder TikTok.
Okay.
Which is fine, because fucking smart grabber. It helps. Anyway, we can deal with that issue tomorrow.
So what? Okay, so I won't interrupt, but I'm curious as to why this has occurred.
Why I've ended up there? The algorithm took me there, right?
Okay, algorithm.
And I also have a natural interest in the topic, so obviously the algorithm is keeping me there.
Yeah.
Now, borderline personality disorder is one of those diagnoses in the DSM-5 that the phenomena definitely exists and it's real, right? It's a real presentation, but how it's defined. Oh no, what?
This grabber isn't facing the right way.
Oh shit, that's a problem. That's alright. We'll be right.
Yeah. We'll be right. It's just sorry.
Just gotta manage. No, you're right. Where a group of psychiatric experts got together and were like, hey, this is a cluster of traits that we're noticing, and it's a problem. Because these traits, these symptoms cause problems in people's lives, right? Sure. And so let's call it this disorder, right? And that's like a very Western way of looking at it.
Yeah, polite,
right?
polite term for. Yeah, I understand.
Okay. But like there is increasing evidence that borderline personality disorder is a mix of like complex PTSD plus like neurodivergence of some sort, whether that be ADHD or autism, right?
Yeah.
And so you know how like there's been that historical underdiagnosis of autism in women?
Yes.
Well, borderline personality
An
disorder.
overdiagnosis
Well,
BPD.
maybe yeah. Like it's whether you want to call it overdiagnosis, right? It's borderline personality disorder is generally a diagnosis given to specifically women. Oh my lord, I think the fucking group sizes is hurting us. Yeah, right. And as a result, right, like you have people who are very likely autistic getting diagnosed with borderline personality disorder because the people assessing and diagnosing them were not shit, we're gonna fail this.
This table.
Oh my lord. Holy. Yeah, we need to get that portion off. Fucking fix that page. Hang on a sec, let me concentrate so we don't fail the date.
Yep. I just felt like if I didn't help deliver there.
Yeah, we were gonna not be good.
No. Oh, fuck me. Go, there we go. Oh, my lord.
No, fucking.
It's all because I turned that grabber the wrong way, I promise you.
Was it me or you? Oh, we'll have to.
It was me trying out the advanced.
No, that's okay. It's okay. Start fresh stream, fresh restaurant, Bessie Boo.
I can't believe I threw it so hard. Oh my lordy.
Yeah.
Well done. It was a good run.
Yeah. Let's fix up French fries, and then I'm going to continue with my.
Oh, I think look at that XP. I think we have to scrap.
Yeah. Bam. That's a lot of XP, I think. Cool.
Yeah, well, it's level.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I entirely plausible. I'd say grounded.
Let's set up. I want to do one of the really big layouts. Is that okay?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. That's huge and stupid. I love it.
That's right. So am I.
Jesus. Yeah, you are.
How do you feel about fish?
Let's go fish. We're gonna go fish. And then what should we take with us?
Dealer's choice. I chose last time. I actually did, but I'm just saying that.
What's helpful?
Well, there's a corner grabber.
I mean, like, yeah, but what are we automating with fish?
Well, fish. There's a lot of like fish storage, and so it's like, what type of fish do they want? Is the thing.
All right, let's take the grabbers.
Both?
Yeah, why not? What could go wrong? Well, grabber and an extra life. No, you know what? Let's go. We got this.
Because with safety hubs we can do some automation.
Yeah.
With this, I'm feeling it.
Oh, group size increases by 1 every 3 days.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have to pay attention to that. That's hard.
It is, but so am I. I meant that in the nicest possible way.
As in, like you got a really hard personality.
As in, I'm like, like tough. You know.
Oh, yeah. What's wrong with you?
Well, for one, I'm tough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so okay.
I think for like
So
day
it
one, we're just gonna do
randomizes
that.
what fish we have. So I think I'm gonna start. I wonder if this will work.
I'm gonna turn the tables off. That's what...
I'm having a mad scientist moment.
Yeah, so I ended up on borderline personality disorder TikTok, and there's people like, wow, this is like not an official diagnostic criteria, but it's like a diagnostic criteria that's not spoken about. And they're talking about the borderline personality disorder stare. Right? That people with BPD have like this particular stare that comes in the face. And it's like, oh man, like that's not a feature of BPD. That's like either like a dissociative stare from trauma or like literally differences in eye contact from autism. Right? And they're even like starting to label autistic traits as being symptoms of borderline personality disorder. So like we're talking about like echolalia, and it's like no. Like echolalia is almost exclusively autistic, right?
Weird.
Um.
Okay, so what about to expand the idea, if I can, if I may, what of other personality disorders? Like...
Well, I think the thing to remember is that like what's defined as a disorder is cultural.
Right, but I mean that like while that is true, I believe that there are like a certain collection of classified.
Yeah. Let me expand upon that, right? So what's the go here? Oh, so fish onto.
I was wondering if this would automate, like if it would.
Because it's not a smart grabber.
Off.
It's going to move the fish off before it cooks.
I think it can't. So do you mind if we test that at some point?
Well, let's go practice mode.
Yeah.
All right. Holy, really?
Yeah. Boom.
Well, I love that.
One problem though. Watch.
That's a problem. That is a problem. We need a safety hob. Yeah. All right. I can see why that's an issue.
Okay, maybe not such an issue.
But
I was wondering if it would.
We just have to move one grabber then, right? We just have to move one grabber. Like we can't have the fresh fish feeding into it. Yeah. We can have two outputs from.
Get me out of this practice mode.
Yeah.
That we can have both going then. That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, like so. Except I'll do it so that it's centralized.
Yeah, I love that.
Actually, sorry. Sorry. Like this.
That's where the corner one really good. Because you can just like make it go cornery.
I don't know. Try pinging it with the circle button if you're using a PS controller.
Yeah.
What if it automatically rotates? Do you want to practice?
Let's practice. Maybe we have to adjust it like in the game.
Yeah.
There we go, like that.
Okay. So you have to manually do it. So let's see how this works. Yeah. It's pretty good.
But we should
because you could still do one early.
Yeah, we still need to. I have just a slightly better setup like idea here. Leave practice mode.
This is just a preliminary proof of concept.
Because we should really then like. Well, for now we can just do that, right? And
why don't we do that?
This. No, because then that way you stand here and you just feed fish in, and then I serve fish.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? You with me?
The only question remaining is the dishwashing flow.
Yeah, well, like, wash the dishes, put them back here, and then I go plate and take it to the customers, right?
Like, what I mean is, do you want some counters to, like, not to put dirty
Or
plates
to, like, dump dirty plates, yes.
Yeah. We do that. Oh, I see.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works better. Yeah. And then I'll just move the, like, the... And there, hey.
Yeah, and the phones are, I don't know where you want it, but
That's fine.
okay.
All right.
3 groups, 1 to 2.
Let's start day.
Fish Fiesta.
Yeah, so like what's considered a disorder is like somewhat cultural, right? Like so like for example, like ADHD is far more disabling in modern times because you have to, like, more people are in office jobs that require longer, like more people are in education that require you to maintain focus for long periods of time.
Yeah,
Whereas it wouldn't have been disabling in a time and place where that's not the case, right? And in fact, in different, like, environments, it may even be an advantage to have ADHD in certain conditions, right? And so personality disorders are much the same, in that it's not, like, necessarily a definitive illness in that, like, in the same way, like, having a cold is, right? It's that the way that this individual's brain is currently operating, whether that be, like, nature or nurture, is not considered acceptable by society. That doesn't mean that it's not real, right? Because, like, societal construct, like, capitalism is a societal construct in capitalism, right? Like, it's like, it's to say more that it's, like, you just need to take these diagnoses with a grain of salt too, because, like, the diagnostic manual changes from, like, revision to revision.
We still are understanding the landscape.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's not to say that, like, the DSM-5 is as a fantastic tool. It's just also not in its final form yet either. Like, we just kind of do the best.
Neither am I.
Yeah, this isn't even my final form. We should get a research desk.
We can't afford it.
We kind of... Oh, we can put the research desk away?
We can.
Yeah, there you go.
For a rainy day, bestie.
Yeah. All right. We good?
So, given this...
Yeah.
Therefore...
Okay, so personality disorders. There's different clusters of personality disorder. And there's several personality disorders, so you also have to understand with this context that what we define as autism has expanded, right?
Well, that's good to know.
Yes. So a wider variety of, like, a wider spectrum is considered specifically autism, whereas previously it was called something else, right?
Asperger's.
Yeah, and various other...
Yeah, all kinds of,
like, historical neurodevelopmental conditions, right?
But they were all considered different things.
Yeah. You can really just, like, plate that, right?
I have a fish. This is the sort of thing you'll be eating today.
Jesus.
Would you like to have a look at this fish I cooked? Yes. Okay. I'm going to put it away now. Yeah, sorry. Are you distracted from your thought process, Bessie?
And so there's things like schizoid personality disorder, and, like, antisocial personality disorder, and that, like, are suspiciously autistic, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, at a certain point you have to question, like, are they two different disorders? But then you also have to remember, like, in the cultural context, right, we're defining what a disorder is and isn't, too. Like,
I think though that like my only, not even criticism, but just to play devil's advocate, like the only thing I would say is like if a category gets too broad, like it becomes harder to talk about what we're talking about. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
there's a certain point to which there have to be boundaries drawn.
Yeah,
So
no,
the
no, like
question
it's
is,
why it's
are
like,
these appropriate boundaries?
and so it's not to say like with BPD specifically that it doesn't exist, because it definitely does. In fact, you can be autistic and have BPD and have trauma all at the same time, right?
Yeah.
But I think
But like borderline
what you're
personality
suggesting,
disorder is quite a major label with a lot of negative connotations in a way that's quite different to autism. Like autism has its own discrimination, right?
yes,
And you're then looking at like then you're like, well, what are you treating, right? Because with borderline personality disorder, very much the treatment is involved in treating the behavior. But it's like, hey, maybe this person would have less dramatic mood swings if they stayed out of noisy places, because the mood swings are being caused by noise sensitivity because they're autistic, right? It's like you're targeting the wrong thing. You're going like too high up on the tree there.
Yep.
Like you need to go back to like the more core issues.
Well, sometimes in these sorts of cases, what ends up being true is that like both are true. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yes, there is a causality here that it's not being explored, but also, you know, it comes about due to circumstance. You know, but as you say, that circumstance can be nebulous, potentially due to autism. You know, being a direct related co
and it's like
the comorbidity of it.
Yeah. It also like borderline personality disorder. The label in itself, I think, reduces empathy from like the medical industry as a whole, right? Because like there's like if you go into the emergency room and you have BPD as a diagnosis on your file, good luck. Like you're very likely to experience higher rates of dismissal and discrimination compared to someone who doesn't have that specific diagnosis, right?
Yeah.
And so
I imagine though that like in the case of BPD, you're probably unlikely to receive help unless it's a specialist anyway, though.
I mean, like that's a well, because you can go into the emergency room for a broken arm, right? And have BPD on your file, and it's like, well, they're probably exaggerating the pain. Like there's this subconscious bias that occurs, right?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Understood.
It's a label that has and wrongly so, I should say. It has a lot of like there's a huge negative stereotype around it, when like these poor people are just traumatized. Like BPD is inherently a trauma response, but it's labeled as a personality disorder. There is something wrong with your personality, and that sounds like very, very permanent.
But it's also like, you know, the personality as we understand it is not like we understand it when we talk about it, but it's not very well defined. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like one of those words that may not, you know, it's Jung, right, who came up with the concept of the personality, right, and like the different aspects of the brain that make up the different parts of your psyche. It's like it's just a model. You know what I mean? Like, and like personality, like at the end of the day, is just a model for understanding how the brain works. You know, and I think it's just
like there's also like incorrect messages, right? Like being sent like borderline personality disorder is permanent, and like that's not true. Yeah. And like there's going to be some things about, if you're BPD, there's going to be some things about you that are permanent. Like you're always going to have heightened sensitivity to emotion, right? You're always going to feel emotions quite intensely. Like that's not going away. Like that doesn't mean you will be fulfilling the actual diagnostic criteria itself. Like that doesn't mean you'll be walking around with the intense fear of abandonment forever. That doesn't mean you'll be walking around self-harming forever, right?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't. Like, or you don't have to, right? Like it's and it just like it's very difficult because of what happens to these people, right? So like one diagnostic, like one of the criteria for borderline person, one of the like possible criteria, you don't have to fulfill this to have BPD, is like unaliving gestures, right? They call it unaliving gestures, like, oh, they're doing it for attention, that kind of thing. That's the perception. Right. But like with autism, for example, you can have acute, short-term unaliving urges due to a meltdown. It lasts all of about 3 or 4 hours, and then you feel better. But in our current system, if you present with BPD to the emergency room with unaliving urges, you get locked up for a while, right? Like, very potentially. Whereas it's like, this person just needs to, like, go through the course of their meltdown. It's like, actually, I'm feeling fine again.
Well, I mean, sadly, it's well understood that mental health is not very well supported in any country, really.
Yeah, and it's just, like, even worse if you have this label.
Yeah, I mean, I won't go into them, but I have, family friends who, went into institutions for mental health support, and it ended badly, and it's a shame because there's, you do wonder if things would have happened differently if it was better understood, better support in place.
Let's get this research desk.
Indeed. I think that is what we were saving for. And I don't think anything else here is that attractive, except for perhaps plates. But
the plates
again,
are attractive. I'm just going to pop them away for now because we are a little bit poor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to upgrade it. Although, autoplater.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, autoplater would be fun.
It would be. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So I've got some tech.
Oh, yeah?
Some sweet tech.
Tech me.
I will. Are you ready? Oh! Did you see?
That was, really good.
It's so efficient. I don't even have to move from the spot.
Like, it's just also really hard for people because, like, say you are autistic and you don't know, right? You got me as a kid, right?
And
very likely, it's a common experience of high-masking autistics. You face like a lifetime of social rejection as a result.
Look, I just started masking because I liked Batman.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're there wondering, like, geez, why am I like this your entire life?
I just explained Batman.
And it develops...
Sorry. I am taking this seriously.
Yeah. And so then you develop, like, all of these, like, unhealthy coping mechanisms, like, and cool, then you get, like, this borderline personality disorder diagnosis. And people feel so relieved. It's like, okay, cool, this is what is wrong with me, right?
Yes,
I have this personality disorder.
Relief is, like... It's an interesting word for it, because, like, it almost seems too easy an explanation for me, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's just, like... because, again, like, the rhetoric is that there's something wrong with you, right? So, like, in the sense that, like, not wrong with you. Well, because see, that's the difference, right?
BPD frames it as there is something wrong with you, whereas autism frames it as, like, you have been in an environment that is not suitable for you.
Yes.
And you've been trying to cope in that.
Yes.
Whereas BPD is like, there is something inherently wrong with your personality. And that's one of my biggest gripes about, like, 'cause it's like, okay, cool, if these are, like, the definitions of these diagnoses, because these are things that do exist, right? But if our specific definitions are, like, very much socially constructed, well, then what's the difference? Like, why does this grind my gears so much? It's that's, like, that these people are, they're, like, thinking that there is something inherently wrong with who they are as a person, so much so that it is labeled as a psychiatric disorder when that's not the case at all. And I'm using autism as like because it's like the strongest example, but like it's the same thing like with ADHD in women being misdiagnosed as BPD or premenstrual dysphoric disorder being misdiagnosed as BPD. And then like you have like the co-occurrence of premenstrual dysphoric disorder, ADHD and autism. They often co-occur too. Like, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of another. But that's just what ground my gears this morning.
Well, I both see it and validate it. You know.
Fish dishes are
also
a
crab cake because of the value.
So
look at the dish value, bestie.
Yeah, okay. I like money.
I like money. So, we're cooking Mr. Crab Cakes. Sorry.
So, I'm really tempted to make a TikTok about it.
I think it's if you know. Well, what are you worried about? I guess is my first question.
Like, even if I can direct one single person towards an alternative answer that may in fact assist them more, it would be worth my time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, like, what's there to think about, I guess, you know, with framing that respectfully. Like, in terms
because when you have that, like, BPD profile, right? And just even, like, autism profile, there's a lot of, like, mental rigidity and reactivity, right?
Yeah.
And, it's, like, a lot of mental load to manage the comments of some people who are going to be extremely upset at, like, that information. Well, right.
Yeah.
And so it's, like, very much like the mental load of, if I do that, I'm likely going to have to, like, keep a really close eye on, like, comment section and stuff, like, for many days. And so it's not just, like, the making of the videos, like, fine, right? It's, like, the mental load after. Yeah.
Understood. Yeah, that's tough.
Yes, yeah. Because, like, you can see it, right? You know when, like, people on social media just, like, can't let something go?
Yes.
That's particularly prevalent in the neurodivergent and BPD community. Well, yes. Because it just, like, it breaks the black and white thinking.
But I guess then it comes to the question is, are you willing to do that kind of work for the thing you believe in?
Well, yeah, I am. It's just like, am I willing to do it this week?
Yes. Yes.
When I'm meant to be resting. Do
you want to have both tables
expanded? Yeah, I'll have both tables expanded, yeah. That's what it comes down to, right? Like,
yeah.
We're also going to have to invest in tables, too.
I was going to say, can I buy this hob so that I can do crab cakes separate to the other fish?
Yeah, buy the hob. I'm going to upgrade another plate.
Safety hob would be best, but we need the hob now, so...
How are you feeling about this?
Okay. Well, let me have a quick look at the crab recipe again.
Sorry, why did you need the additional hob?
Because I got to cook crab cakes.
Hmm.
Oh, here's the problem. Okay, well, not a problem.
Yeah.
But I forgot this is how this works. So it's fish of the day. Like, the gimmick with fish is that it's fish of the day.
Mm.
So right now we have 2 fish carts and 3 possible fish. Bluefish, pigfish, crab. Yeah. If it's crab, I want to be taking the crab over here. And if it's no crab, then we don't need that station at all. So that means that this centralized thing doesn't work on a crab day. So
well, there's...
is there anything we can do?
Yeah. Give me a sec. I'm thinking.
I guess I could invert it like this.
No, because you can still end up with the crab here, right?
Yeah.
All right, I have a I'm just playing with this.
You do you. Oh, you're gonna make yourself the dish goblin, and I'll become the fish goblin. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I did name the restaurant Crab Alley, but I think Fish Goblin
is better. The only logical choice.
It's like not goblin the creature, it's goblin apostrophe.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that. That's so good. That's great. I approve. Message approved.
I don't know why I like Fish Goblin so much, but I just do. It makes me.
No, that's really creative. I like that.
It's what do you mean? As if it's creative?
No, it is. It's really good.
It's not clever though.
It is. It's clever. It is clever.
It's just
all right. How do you feel about this?
Not great because of this, but we can just. So. I think I gotta do it like this. And I've been experimenting with put that right here. Oh yeah, oh there. That's fine.
Yeah.
Enough both.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And we got the bin here.
I have an even better idea, but we're not ready for that yet. So.
we
can't handle it yet. We can't handle it yet.
Okay. Let me sit up in my chair. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, just give me.
Oh yeah.
I should have said no. Edit. Not before. Edit.
I think I can do it.
Can you?
Maybe. Gotta reopen your stream because I've only got the chat open. One momento. Okay, so
just change it to like just chatting and going like played up. Get rid of my disclaimers now and stop talking about work shit.
Yeah, that's not good. I was glad for the chat. Thank you for sharing that with me, bestie. Show stream info. Let's see. No, I don't think I can change the name. I thought I could.
There's a way. I've done it before.
You can close and reopen the stream.